Hello and welcome to Tinker's Lab. And what have I got here? Well, this happens to be a warm air distribution fan unit. It's for ducted heating system. Now, they're quite often used here in France for the purpose of moving warm air from, say, an inset wood burner to different rooms. So you can have, like, ducting, what have you, and it could be 3 rooms or whatever. With all these little ceiling vents to warm those rooms up. It would be wall vents even, or wherever your pipe work goes. But how do you test this? All right, now we've got our wire here. We're looking at it. It's just you got your positive, your earth, and your neutral. All right, it says here it's 230, 240 volts on the top here. Let me show you. Now, the thing is, you see, it also has this thing. It's a thermistor here. It's basically a switch. It makes a connection when it comes up to a certain temperature. So how do you test it? It's really, really simple, right? Because if I try and test it now, so if I plug this into, or temporarily wire it into my fly lead, here, we're getting there, getting the right hole. That's what she said. Right, now that go in there, like so. Right. And if I try and turn that on, make sure they're connected up, and let's see whether or not we get some action. So, we should hear it. Oh, there's nothing. I can even put my hand inside it. Yeah? I don't recommend it, no. But I get my hand inside there, nothing's happening. All right? Nothing whatsoever. It's not working. No. Oh, crikey. All right? Now, the thing is, you see, the thermistor, which is on this side here, let's turn it off again. I'll unplug this temporarily. Well, unwire it temporarily so I can show you. Inside here we have the fan, alright? Right, very simple, sort of linear fan. I like that. Okay, and that spins and distributes the heat. But also we have this thermistor, but the thermistor is actually a switch, okay? And the switch is wired in line on the positive side to the actual motor. So if that switch doesn't come up, that thermistor doesn't come up to temperature, in other words, this only operates when it's up to temperature. So let's say, for instance, you've got your wood burner going, this automatically turns on and starts moving the heat around the house. But if that isn't connected or it's not up to temperature or it's faulty, the motor won't turn, hence it's not working. All right, so if you want to just test the motor, or if you want to use this unit for something else, well, it's simple. All you need is a little jump lead like this one. So I'm going to push that into there, all right? I don't recommend doing it like this, but yeah, there are better ways. All right? Don't let this touch anything better, whatever you do. All right, like so, all right? You got this little jump lead. So effectively, I'm making the connection on the live side, and it should provide power now to the motor. So let me see if it works. Now, what's in there? That don't sound right. There's something in there. Before I get carried away, shall I just see what that is? What's going on? It wasn't doing that a minute ago. Is something falling through there? I can't hear anything. Hang on. Ah. Oh, okay. There's 4 screws on here, on the back. Right, so that's you've got to check. Make sure it's not catching anything. There's these 4 screws of isolators. They're probably misaligned. Let's move that over that way a bit, maybe. Let's have a look. No, I think it's okay now. So I tighten that one up, and this what happens. Basically, the fan was touching the casing. No, that's all right there. Phew. All right, so shall we try our little test? We've got our loop wire in there. Let's turn this around so you can see it. All right. And what I want to use this for, I'm going to wire this up and plumb this in over there, right? And this is what I'm going to use to just already had it. It's been sitting around in, on the mezzanine for God knows how long. So I'm going to use this as a way to duct the smoke effectively off the lasers in this area here. Because at the moment it's going through the fan, which we thought was just going into the barn, which I didn't really care. But I built another room on there now. So it's going into my other little room and smoking that out. So that's no good, is it? So what I want to do is rig this up and take this up and then outside with some vents and stuff, some tubing. And all you need to use on that is this. It looks like a foil or a plastic tube that just slides over there, big old tubing clip or tie wrap or a twisted bit of wire, and you can hold that on there, hold it there, you can stick it on, couldn't you? And or tape, ducting tape, that's what it's for, and then just chuck it outside somewhere and have this on a switch instead of being controlled via the thermistor. So what I'd probably end up doing with this wire here, I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'll just solder it together and put a bit of heat shrink around it. In fact, I might do that in a moment. But let's first just test that first, shall we? Let's see if it works. Still good. Still not. Yeah, okay. I'm just sticking it in its hole. All right. It's live holes. Where it's getting its power from. All right. That's where it's going. Yeah, it's in its power hole. Let's see what happens. I've got my link wire here. Okay. Don't touch it just because there's a little bit sticking out and you get zapped. I don't want to get zapped today. No. All right. Well, what's in if that thing there turns round, spins round? So we can throw things in it like stones. That could be fun. Oh, what can they put in there? Golf ball? Oh my god. Blimey. Dusty. Wow. Wow. I've got an airflow meter somewhere. Oh, yeah. Here it is. Shall we see? Oh. No, I didn't have this out already. Wow. It is going at 140. I don't know if you can see that. Let's turn this around a little bit. See that? I've blown everything about. It's 136. That's miles per hour. Miles per hour? Oh, meters per second. Sorry. 13. 142, 144. What? Around 140 meters per second. Wow. That's pretty good. Let's change the units. Kilometers an hour. Gale force. 50 kilometers an hour. Right, let's have a look. Change to miles per hour. Feet per minute. Knots. Knots. 26 knots. And miles per hour. At 32 miles per hour. Oh, I do like this. I didn't even plan to use it, but then I just sort of down in the box. There. Right, so that's pretty damn good. And it's too noisy. It's too noisy. And I'll mount that out of the room anyway, so all you get is the airflow noise, really. And that comes through the vent. So that's good. Should we solder that together? I think we should, don't you? So now we know that works. I should be building a door, actually. I was doing it this morning, though. So what we'll do is we're unplugged, we're disconnected. Yes, disconnected. Johnny 5. All right, anyway, so I suppose the easiest way with this would be literally just solder the two together. So let's turn the old soldering iron on, which is hot over there. Yeah. Oh, increase temperature, that I think a bit. That's probably enough. And solder. A little bit of heat shrink. Remember what I've done with it? Some hair. Right. So anyway, let's put you on. You're back on the overhead camera. Could do, couldn't we? There we go. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to link these two wires together. Easy done. Just going to use some cutters. Cut them off. We don't want them. Not anymore. No. We're going to do that. Do that. Find a bit of heat shrink. Remember to put your heat shrink on before you get carried away. Doesn't need to be a big fat bit, does it? I'll do. Right, there we go. Real bit kit. That's it. Push it right back. Like that. That's good. So now what I can do is I can push these into each other and twist them around a little bit. Like that. And then I'll solder them. Right, that's good. Solder lines there. Oh, my giddy aunt, that needs cleaning. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, that'll still do. It's hot. I need to tin the end of my soldering iron, really. I must definitely do. There you go. It's melting into the two wires. That's more than enough. Now, I don't even know if that was like globuling on the end of my soldering iron, because the soldering iron's dirty. It needs tinning, which basically means you clean it all off, you rack a load of solder over it, and then wipe it off quickly, and you can effectively tin the end. Anyway, that's good enough, all right? Well, crikey, that's never going to come undone. So now what I've got to do now, wait until it cools down a little bit. Okay, it's not too hot now. Slide this over the end. Alright, like so. Make sure you get over. You've got to do it when it starts cooling down, because otherwise you won't get it over the lump. It'll shrink around the lump as you're sliding it on. I'm just doing that just to make it safe, basically. Alright, now let's get my little heat gun. You can use a lighter if you like, it doesn't matter. Just making it safe, basically. Now, if I wanted to get clever, I could actually take the whole thing apart and remove this part of it. But I don't need to. There's no need. I think that's it. Yeah, that'll do. So now I can literally just... What I am going to do is I'm just going to tie wrap this on the side there. Probably like that. Alright. So it doesn't rub against anything. Alright. Right. Done with the heat shrink. How organised I am. Oh, crikey, you're impressed. How organised I am. It's a little black one on there. I'll have to bend the end a little bit just so I can get it round there. Oh. Got to get it through me hole. It's like I'm going fishing. Yeah, there you go. Make sure it's right around, that is. That's it. And it's going to... You could put another bit of heat shrink around it if you wanted to. There's no need. It's not going to touch anything, and you can't touch it. So, just make sure... what I'm not going to do is have this piece tie wrapped to the metal. So that's on the other side of the outer insulation, just like that. That's enough, just to stop that touching anything. Let's remove that. There you go. So now if I connect this up again. Nearly there. That's it. So, before I turn it on, let's do that lid out. Otherwise I'll be blowing across it. Well, blowing all its contents across. So now I've completely and utterly disconnected this thermistor, which basically makes its connection once it comes up to temperature. Oh, that's good. I was thinking, what ain't a good blow, is it? I was thinking, but that's because the bottom was pressed against the carpet, making a seal. I guess good. I really like this. This is cool. Yeah. What do you reckon? I can certainly use that. That I can. I'll show you how windy it is. Yeah, I think it's working. Yeah, it's working. Oh, I do like to play, I do. That I do. Yeah. Oh, a bit of tinkering that me out. Anyway, that's how you kind of bypass the thermistor. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Once you know, don't you? And yeah, it's an easy little job to do if you want to. And if you've got a specific use for one of these where it's not going to be a heating system and it doesn't require the thermistor, well then all you've got to do is just bypass the thermistor effectively by making bridging the connection. You shorten it out effectively, yeah, across the thermistor. So yeah, this one is recuperate. Oh, that's got to make on HBH. It's 200 and so some boy, that's I can show you. It's got a big label on the side. All right, there we go. There. You can see that. There. It's an HBH recuperator. Yes, I'm in France. The air short, and it's as you can see, the idea is you duct it through the house. And a way of distributing hot air from one place to another. Generally speaking, for a wood burner, normally, it could be a wood burner with outlets on, because you can get wood burners with the air outlets on them, or like an insert wood burner, because they work really well with these things. And it's 230 volts, 83 watts, which isn't a lot considering. Not is it really? Not considering its throughput. It's quite powerful. And it can do up to 6 outlets and up to 30 meters in length. So 60, yeah. And it's 500 cubic meters an hour. So that's soon clear the air out of here, won't it? Let's say for instance, I had like I don't know, a chemical weapon, for instance. I don't know. You never know. Never say never. A chemical weapon. I need to get the air out quickly before I enter the room. I could use that, couldn't I? Anyway, what say you? Please leave it in the comments down below, but please boop the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel. I'll be tinkering with something else later. It could be model airplanes, could be anything. Doodle.